Finmeccanica S.p.A. is the leading industrial group in the high-technology sector in Italy and one of the main global players in aerospace, defense and security. It operates in 7 sectors: aeronautics, helicopters, space, electronics, defense systems, transportation and construction. The company has offices in over 100 countries. It is partially owned by the Italian government, which holds about 30% of Finmeccanica's shares. History: the company was established in 1948 as a subholding for mechanical industry of state-owned IRI. Finmeccanica has held for years some historic Italian enterprises, as Alfa Romeo, Air Italia and Ansaldo. Finmeccanica presence in aerospace field was restricted to Air Italia, the biggest airplane manufacturer of Italy. From 1960s to 1980s, Italy's defense and aerospace industry was split in different state-holding entities, so FM owned the helicopters manufacturer Augusta, the defense company Otto Melara and the electronic enterprise Officine Galileo, whereas STET held Selenia, LSAG and SGS Thompson, all electronic enterprises with specializations in security and defense. In 1989 an internal IRI reorganization process brought STET Electronic Enterprises to Finmeccanica, that from Air Italia's Alenia merger made up its aerospace subsidiary Alenia. In 1992 FM wound up because of troubled financial situation. So Augusta, Otto Melara, Officine Galileo and Breda passed to Finmeccanica, which became one of the most important Italian industrial groups. Finmeccanica, which was previously fully state-owned by IRI, went under a privatization process in 1993, when it was listed in Milan Borsa Italiana. In 1992 Finmeccanica's Augusta became a 32% partner in Industries, the prime contractor for NH-90 helicopter, along with Eurocopter and Fokker. In July 2000 Finmeccanica and the British GKN plc agreed to merge their respective helicopter subsidiaries to form Aegastor Land. On May 26, 2004 GKN confirmed that it would sell its share to Finmeccanica for £1.06 a billion. In December 2001 the missile business of Alenia Marconi Systems, a joint Finmeccanica BAE Systems company, was merged with other European missile manufacturers to form MBDA, which thus became the world's second-largest missile manufacturer. In July 2003 Finmeccanica and BAE Systems announced their intention to set up 3 joint venture companies, to be collectively known as Eurosystems. These companies would have pooled the avionics, C4ISTAR and communications businesses of the 2 companies. However, the difficulties of integrating the companies in this way led to a re-evaluation of the proposal. BAE's 2004 annual report states that recognizing the complexity of the earlier proposed Eurosystems transaction with Finmeccanica, we have moved to a simpler model. The main part of this deal was the dissolution of AMS and the establishment of SELEX Sensors and Airborne Systems. In late March 2007 BAE Systems sold its 25% share of SELEX Sensors and Airborne Systems to Finmeccanica for $400 million. Following a merger with Galileo Avionica S.p.A. in January 2008, SELEX and AS became SELEX Galileo. In January 2013 the company merged with Finmeccanica's other defense electronics companies, SELEX LSAG and SELEX Sistemi Integrati, to become Selex ES. In May 2008 Finmeccanica announced its intention to purchase the U.S. defense contractor DRS Technologies for nearly $5.2 billion. On October 22, 2008, the sale of DRS Technologies was finalized. In 2011 the company faced accusations that it had created slush funds with which to bribe politicians, and Chairman Pier Francesco Gargoglini came under investigation. He denied any wrongdoing but, following pressure from Prime Minister Mario Monti, he stepped down from his post on December 1, receiving a golden handshake of €4 million. According to Finmeccanica emails published in the Syria files released by WikiLeaks on July 5, 2012, Finmeccanica increased its sale of mobile communications equipment to Syrian authorities during 2011, delivering 500 of these to the Damascus suburb Muadamiyah in May 2011, after the Syrian uprising had started. and sending engineers to Damascus in February 2012 to provide training in using the communications equipment in helicopter terminals, while the uprising continued. Finmeccanica stated that the equipment sales were legal, they occurred before the outbreak of conflict inside Syria, and the equipment was designed for use by emergency responders for civilian use only. It was reported on February 12, 2013 that the chief executive, Giuseppe Orsi, was arrested on corruption charges. Prosecutors allege he paid bribes to ensure the sale of 12 helicopters to the Indian government, when he was head of the group's Eger-Storstand unit. On February 13, 2013 Finmeccanica Euro-1 registered trademark S Board of Directors named Mr. Alessandro Pansa Chief Executive Officer and resolves to confer the role of Vice Chairman to Admiral Guido Venturoni. Shortly after Pansa's appointment, Italian investigators discovered a case of bribery by Finmeccanica in its deal with India, following which the Government of India issued a show-cause notice to the company. In July 2013, Finmeccanica shareholders approved Giovanni De Gennaro, Italy's former police chief, as chairman of the group. In October that year, Finmeccanica reached a deal to sell a majority stake in power engineering company Ansaldo Energia to state lender Cassa Depositi e Prestiti, and in December the group announced the closing of the sale to Fondo Strategico Italiano. On May 15, 2014, Finmeccanica shareholders a Euro-1 registered trademark meeting proceeded to appoint the Campania Euro-1 registered trademark as new board of directors, that will be in office from 2014 to 2016. Giovanni De Gennaro was confirmed as chairman of the group. The new board appointed Mauro Moretti as new CEO and general manager. Board of Directors: Giovanni De Gennaro, Chairman; Mauro Moretti, Chief Executive Officer and General Manager; Guido Alpa, Director; Marina Elvira Calderone, Director; Paolo Cantarella, Director and Lead Independent Director; Marta Dassa to the First Director; Alessandro De Nicola, Director; Dario Frigerio, Director; Fabrizio Landi, Director; Silvia Melo, Director; Marina Rubni, Director, Organization. Aeronautics: Alenia Aramaki, ATR, Superjet International, Eurofighter GmbH, Global Military Aircraft Systems, Neuron European UCAV Program, Joint Strike Fighter Program. Helicopters: Eger-Storstand, NH Industries, Holivert, Jiangxi Chang'e Augusta Helicopter, Libyan Italian Advanced Technology. Space: Telespazio, Thales Alenia Space, NGL Prime, Defense and Security Electronics Drives Technologies, Selex ES, Eurotech, Defense Systems, Otto Malera, Whitehead Systemi Sub AK, Eurotorp. MBDA, Eurozam. Eurosysnav, Transportation, Ansaldo Breda Ansaldo Streets, Breda Menor Ibis, Engineering and Construction, FATA, References. External links. Official website.